Hello and welcome to Mission TV. We're at the GC 2015 and we're talking to different missionaries about their projects around the world. Hi and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What is your name?
My name is Alma Chavez.
Okay, and I know you've got a project that your dad is doing that we're going to be talking about.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about it? Where is the project located?
Oh, sure. It is located in northern Mexico in the state of Chihuahua. It's a city called Julimes with a population of about 1,500 people.
Okay, and what is he doing there?
You know, my parents are both native Mexican and they raised 3 children in the United States. After 40 years of living in the United States, they moved back to Mexico. And now that my dad is retired, he has dedicated his life to bringing the gospel to those first neighbors and then kind of spread around the larger area of the neighborhood. And he ended up in the town of Julimes because there was a dying Seventh-day Adventist church there. Okay. He has been working, going from door to door, asking people for time to pray, asking them if they'd like to study the Bible, and trying to encourage the dying congregation there. Right now, there's about 14 children that come to church every Sabbath. And as my dad and also my mom have worked there for the last 2 or 3 years, they realized that there's a big need for the youth in that community. As the drug wars in Mexico, became part of everybody's life the last several years, that town was very hard hit. And there were quite a bit of youth that were turning to drugs because there was nothing else to do. And so he has been able to purchase some land and has kind of the beginning of a mission to start a school that will not only teach youth something that is sustainable, such as construction or sewing, etc., but also teach them to be gospel workers.
Well, praise the Lord.
Yes.
Praise the Lord. So he needs help with this.
Oh, he needs help with this, yes.
Okay, does he need materials? What does he need?
Materials are easier to come by there. The biggest need right now is monetary donations. And also folks who have experience in building something like this, he would love to talk to them and pick their brains as to what advice they would have.
Okay.
And most of all, prayers for the people that are involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Does he need like short-term volunteers to come and help with building, or does he have a place yet to build the school?
He does have a place yet, and he is not set up yet for large groups, but if it were just one family or just a couple of
small
people,
group.
Yes, there would be a
people.
place for them to come.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Is there a way that they can get in touch with him?
The best way is through email, and I do have his email address. Can I say it?
Yes, please.
Okay. His email is his name, Alfredo Peña C, and that is spelled ALFREDO PENAC at live.com.mx. So that's Alfredo Peña C at live.com.mx.
Okay. All right, we'll put that up on the screen as well.
Okay.
So do you have any stories, or shall I ask your dad for stories of lives affected by the ministry?
He has several stories that he can tell you about. But one that jumps out in my mind, I've had a chance to visit, of course. The last time that I went, my mom actually told me the story of one of the little children that attends. His name is Angel. And Angel is very mischievous. Usually if there's trouble, it's caused by him.
Oh dear.
And my mom sat him down one day after church and told him, Angel, I love your name because there's angels all around us. God has made angels especially for us, and each one has our own guardian angel. And he listened to her and took every word in. And the next week on Sabbath, he said, I want to live up to my name. Please help me to change.
Wow.
And even though these children don't have much support from home as far as training, right? My parents.
They're not Christian homes. They're not Adventist
Christian
homes.
No, they're not. They're not, and most of them are extremely poor. And so every Sabbath, my mom and another lady will take food. Whenever it's a child's birthday, they'll bring a little cake and a treat for the child, and so it's almost like their family away from home. So
they take food, and if it's their birthday, they take a cake.
Right.
Special
and I think that's a big highlight for the children. There was last year, my son's birthday landed on a Sabbath, and we happened to be at their place. And there was another little girl whose birthday it was that same week, and so we celebrated both of them. And the little girl said, "I've never had a birthday party before."
Aww.
And so it was, very touching.
A touching privilege, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Bring joy to these children.
It definitely is. And the school that my dad is trying to start, it will be for older children. They're
like a high school type of?
Well, more of high school level, but it won't. He wants to teach trades, not only to help support the school itself. So it has to be older kids who.
So maybe teenagers
to give them an alternative to
getting
like I
into
said,
drugs and
exactly
becoming part of that.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing with us. We'll have your father come on now.
Thank you.
Hello, Pastor. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
We're so glad to talk about what you're doing down there. Your daughter has shared with us already, and we know that you have a lot more to share. Do you have a story of a life that's been touched through the ministry that you're doing down there?
I have a few. One child, maybe 4 years old, he was a real uneducated, He ran in the church and he fight and he yelled and he insult us. Making a short, and 2 years he changed. He is a different child.
So he learned from the example and from the teaching that he learned from you.
He loved us. Yeah.
Wow! Praise the Lord.
And a lady about 94 years. I believe it's 94 years old. She was in depression, and after maybe 6 months of visiting and giving Bible studies, she's another person. She's real happy.
She came out of the depression.
Yeah, yes, she accepted Christ. I have a few experiences, especially on depression. And this town is too much prostitution, too much alcoholism. Most of the people, they don't know how to read and write Spanish. Very poor, very poor. And but since I started working there, I convinced and I had to stay there. I want to work with them, for them.
Okay. So you want to help them to come out of these ways of life that are unhealthy.
Correct.
And to come out of the poverty. Your daughter was telling us you want to do vocational training, teach them how to earn money.
My plan is to build a self-support school.
Okay.
I'm going to teach, how to make a good missionary, and changing the style of life, knowing the doctrines, knowing the how to introduce the gospel to the people.
Okay.
And the best way, And we're planning to have a sanitary, natural medicine sanatory.
Okay.
We are 3 who have knowledge on natural medicine.
Okay.
And I have teachers for different other trades. We're going to teach. Personally, I know how to teach with the codes of American construction, American style construction.
Okay.
I study the plumbing, the electricity, and some other trades, you know. And
Okay.
beside that, we're going to teach arts, some arts. But of course, we're going to make emphasis on evangelism,
Okay.
health and evangelism, the
Okay.
gospel.
Well, Pastor, I'm so glad you could come and share with us today. Your daughter shared some of the needs. She shared that you have need for help for building the school, for funding.
Yes, that's correct. We have 4 phases for to build everything. We are in the first.
Okay.
We just started about 4 years ago. I make the foundation for a 2-story.
Two-story building?
2-story building. Are going to be the shop, the classes room, and the office.
Okay.
The next one going to be 14 rooms, 7 for patients and 7 for students.
Okay.
And on top of these rooms, going to be dryers, fruit dryers. You know,
Okay.
we're going to work with
With dehydration? I mean,
cor-
dehydrating
cor-
food?
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Any other question?
Well, your daughter gave us the email address so people can get in touch with you.
Correct.
So we're going to put that up on the screen now. And I just want to encourage our viewers to get involved with this project, to pray for the pastor as he and his wife are working there. But if the Lord lays upon your heart to donate, please contact them at the email address on your screen. Get in touch with them, encourage them. Maybe you're one of the ones that's supposed to go and help there. I don't know, but you can ask the Lord and He will tell you. I just want to thank you for joining us for this show. Thank you, Pastor, for joining us today.
Thank you.
And sharing the story. And I want to thank you for joining us, and may God bless you until we see you again on the Mission TV show.